What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another full self-driving video, and today we are in the brand new 2026 Tesla Model Y with, of course, our front bumper camera. Very excited about. Now, I did confirm this is not being used in full self-driving yet. I put some tape over it. The car was driving with the tape over it. It didn't complain like it does if other cameras are blocked. So for now, it at least is not using that camera for full self-driving, or it's not complaining about it being covered, at least at the moment. So that's what we know for now. But we're going to take this brand new Model Y for a drive downtown, see how it compares to my old Model Y. I don't think it will be that different, although my initial impressions in this vehicle, here, let's just get started, is that it does feel better. Now, is that because the suspension's better, the interior... Okay, my phone is, yeah, my phone is there. The interior noise is quieter and stuff like that, or is it actually better at self-driving? I am not really comfortable kind of saying either way. I would guess it's mostly just the more comfortable car giving me the impression that it's better, and so the overall experience is better, but it is what it is. So I started in this random parking lot. I've never started here before, but there is some cross traffic here, and I figured that this left turn would be pretty difficult to start with, so we'll let it contend with this here. And let me pull up the front bumper camera. And so in this instance, it's not helping us too much. We do see off to the right pretty good here, and we're pulling out really nicely. Wow, really, really good. It got that gap. We could have gone a tiny bit faster, I think, but overall, I mean, for the speed of the road and the gap, obviously it was perfectly safe, and we had room for that. So really nice start to this drive with that unprotected left. So we'll go into downtown with our new Model Y to some of our familiar spots and kind of test it out and see how it's doing. Now, as of right now, this Model Y is not enrolled in the early access program, which is my other vehicles are in that. That's how, I get the software updates earlier. A lot of people have now been being invited to that. So as of right now, this Model Y is actually on 13.2.8 as opposed to the 13.2.9 that my 2023 Model Y just received. Now, does that really matter? Does it make much of a difference? Probably not, but just thought I'd point that out for you. So overall, I've been so impressed with this vehicle. I have the full review, I think went up before this video. I don't know exactly, what order all this is going in. But definitely check that out. Like I guess my initial impressions, not a full review. But the car it's amazing. Now, it's no Cybertruck for sure, but if you ignore the Cybertruck, which is kind of hard for me now that, I owned it, it's so comfortable, it's so quiet, it's so capable. Everything about it is just really, really nice. Including the self-driving, I mean, the self-driving in this is much better than the self-driving in the Cybertruck. And it's just nice to have that in a much more affordable package. So when you take everything, wow, nice job waiting all the way back here for this left turn. It knows not to pass everybody. Something old FSD would do is stay in this lane longer and then try to get over. But, when you take price into account, which you have to, when you're buying a vehicle, there's really no competition, I don't think, for this new Model Y. Everything about it is so great. But this is an FSD video, not so much about that. So I guess let's get through this left turn here, and then we will continue on. So we've got this blinking yellow. It'd be best to move up into the intersection. We're not doing that, but let's see, as this car, yeah. So we do kind of preempt it as that car rolls through the intersection. So really nothing wrong with that. We didn't hold anybody up. Nice smooth left turn there. Really good here. Oh, there's a lot of traffic downtown. Happy to see that. I wasn't exactly sure what we'd see today, but we are gonna go through here. I guess it's gonna be pretty busy. I can see the red on the map coming up there. And then also you'll notice that I do not have, of course, my screen recording yet in the new Model Y. I'm gonna get that hooked up somehow. I'm not sure if the old screens can go in the new cars or not. I have to just take this off and look. If not, it'll take me a little longer to get that going, but I will get it eventually. I know that's a really important part of the video. But yeah, at this point, yeah, I've probably, deleted my Cybertruck, whether that video is up or not yet. Just like you should delete your personal information from the internet using today's sponsor, Delete Me. Join deleteme.com/dirtytesla to save 20%. Use that link down below. Delete Me will get your information off the internet from data brokers. Data brokers are collecting your personal information. They're making a big list of all your stuff, like your birthday, did that guy just go? Oh no, it is a two. I thought that guy just went the wrong way on a one-way. Your family member's address, email address, and they're selling that to third parties, and that can lead to identity theft, phishing, and other scams. Even you can get those spam phone calls. When you go through this stuff buying a car, you get a lot of extra of these spam phone calls, which I've been answering because, you know, I expect maybe it's the bank or it's this. Using Delete Me can actually significantly reduce those. So I would definitely check it out. It's highly recommended by me. I've been using Delete Me for, yeah, okay, I guess that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I've been using Delete Me for like a year and a half now, and I have seen my personal information deleted from the internet. I've seen it disappear from these websites. So definitely check that out below, use that link, and save 20%. So thank you to Delete Me again for sponsoring this video. So we're gonna go slow here for some pedestrians. Always very polite, as FSD is. Man, it's just so smooth. It's just so slow and nice. We're creeping up here. We got a lot of people to wait for. And what? Oh, is that a thumb? What was that? Okay, I don't know. We got some hand gesture from that person there. I think it was a thumbs up. I think she was really digging the Cybertruck there. And we'll see this part. So this is somewhere where FSD has been confused a lot of times. And boom, nope, not stuck at all this time. Again, I think they did rearrange those cones just a little bit. And so it's more easily able to get out of there. But, you know, I'm not gonna fault FSD. I'm not gonna say that, oh, well, it's easier, so who cares? I mean, it is now properly handling those cones as it should be. So really happy to see that, because in the past, it was getting stuck there pretty often. Now, something else to contend with here, we have some construction, and this lane is actually ending. We did this yesterday, but we turned left here. So the Y should move over. Let's see. Let's wait until kind of the last second here. Wow, no turn signal is kind of strange. Huh, and it was pretty close. I went to go for my button there. That actually would have been a good report in my opinion. That's weird because older, you know, other drives we've done, it has successfully moved over into the other lane and then moved back like ahead of time with a turn signal and all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, it definitely did move over, but no turn signals, pretty strange, you know, changing lanes there. And it waited till really the last second. So again, overall, I'm not really gonna fault it. It was very smooth. We didn't cut anyone off or do anything like that, but I would have expected to see a turn signal there. So we have a car partially obstructing the lane. Very easy. You know, maybe a long time ago that would have been a little tricky, but very easy to avoid that. And then this intersection, again, kind of hit or miss. A lot of times we get in this left turn lane and then go straight when we shouldn't, but it looks like finally, I don't know, map data, or what, is this person about to run a red light? It looked like they were gonna go through. I don't know if map data got updated or exactly what happened, but now FSD seems like it's able to get it. You have to go right into the straight lane and then move forward. So good to see that here in the new Model Y as well. All right, so that human is illegally turning right on red. That's a no turn on red. So we saw that in the last video. FSD is obeying no turn on reds in downtown, at least for now. We're waiting for the left here, and we should get a green here any second. There you go. And the pedestrians also cross at the same time, so we have to wait for that. And sometimes this guy's just like stopping in the road. So now we have to wait for all these pedestrians because he wanted to stop there. Sometimes FSD will kind of get stuck in the road because of these situations, but no, handled really well. Really, you know, kept good space for him and everything. Not that big of a deal. People are gonna, you know, not be paying attention and stop, and FSD handled it really, really well there. So another unprotected left here at the green. There's a pedestrian that we kind of just slow rolled this for. I mean, beautifully handled, beautifully handled. And then we'll have a right turn coming up in a bit. So I would guess FSD is gonna probably stay to the left here. What profile are we in? I think we're in standard. Nope, it's gonna move over. Usually when it sees kind of backed up traffic, it'll try to avoid it, but I guess both lanes are backed up enough that it's moving over here. Oh, I should expand this for you. And also I'm noticing navigating without connectivity. I don't know what's up with that. That's pretty weird. Hopefully we're not having another issue like my 2021 Model Y that all the time was having that issue with not being able to connect to the internet. So we'll keep an eye on that. I haven't really noticed that so far. I mean, I only got like 100 miles on the thing. Let me see here. I got 120 miles on this baby. So hopefully that will just resolve itself, but we'll see as we keep driving here. All right, here we go, taking our right turn. This right lane was definitely not the move because we got stuck behind some people turning right, so we missed an entire light cycle. Would have been better for us to stay in that left lane, but nicely waiting for that pedestrian who walked out. Nice and slow speed, so not like it was a difficult avoidance, but still we avoided that dude crossing in front of us. I think that's the same dude from last time, but whatever. So going right here, we kind of got here at the same time as the Kia. I would just go. There we go. So, I mean, we got it at the same time. I'm to the right, so I think it's our right of way. So we're gonna go in this parking lot again and see how the new Model Y handles this. Oh, nope, it just totally passed the parking lot. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, it's going, yeah, we can't go there. Ah, darn, it seems like it's gonna park here, which is illegal. So let me get this out of here. Ah, that's too bad. Nope, you can't stop here. That's fire department parking only. So let's start that up again and it'll keep going here. We can see if it'll obey the no turn on red. Let me just add that one more time. Ah, darn it. Hold on. Here we go. Let's put that in one more time and go in that parking lot and go down the alley. I'm surprised it didn't go in the parking lot like last drive, but let's try it again. So pretty interesting here. We don't have a turn signal. We are supposed to be turning right. Oh, okay. We're just ignoring the nav. Got it. I don't know what it's doing here. Oh, okay, now it wants to turn left. Now it wants to turn right. Okay, so just a little extra detour here. Again, like kind of weird. I don't know why it did that, but it doesn't really matter from like a robotaxi perspective. Definitely not a safety issue. Just kind of a weird inconvenience, lack of efficiency issue. No idea why it wouldn't just turn right there, but all good. We have a green for this right, but a pedestrian. Man, pedestrians today are just chilling in the crosswalks. I don't know what is going on, but nobody has any urgency today in Ann Arbor. Everyone is just hanging out in the crosswalks. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see if we can get in this parking lot, and if not, I'll probably take it over so we can do that alley again. I know people liked that. All right, so we finally made it back around here. Let's see if we go in this parking lot this time. Okay, so we went in this time, and there are parking spots unlike yesterday. So let's see if it'll park or what it's gonna do here. Yeah, so this time it did pull into the handicap spot, which, you know, again, is not exactly correct, but from a robotaxi perspective, you could hop out, you know, walk away, and the robotaxi would leave. So whatever. I don't know. Let me know what you think about this kind of parking. Obviously, it's technically illegal, but I would just move. Like, I'm not gonna leave it here. So that van, oh, is he gonna block the alley or what's he doing here? All right, hold on. Okay, so he's out of the way. Let me start this up. I think it's probably just gonna leave the way we came in, and I'm gonna make it go down that alley like yesterday. So here's what I'll say. Today, we did, so this is not a disengagement or anything because obviously the vehicle was gonna do fine. It did pull into the parking lot successfully today, unlike the Model Y last time that did not have a front bumper camera. It's probably just coincidence, but it is worth pointing out. So let's go through this back alley again. This is gonna be harder. There looks like there's a little more traffic today. But again, we have kind of the same confidence here. And I know you guys were kind of telling me like, whoa, that gave me a lot of anxiety. That was crazy to watch. I gotta say, like, sitting here, it doesn't feel too bad. Like, yeah, it's super really tight, but especially with like the speed the vehicle's traveling right now, and the distance from the walls, it feels fine to me. You know, I get in a lot of scenarios where I'm like, oh, this is awful. I don't trust it or whatever. Oh no, don't turn left. Oh dear Lord. All right, I guess I'll let it happen. Oh, see, now I'm kind of nervous about it. So we are peeking out from behind the building here. There's no way you can turn left here. This is insane. I might say no to that and just take over myself. We'll see. But anyway, it feels good driving through there. I was really not nervous about the tightness of the buildings at all. Oh, buddy, it's gonna do it. Oh no. Oh, you can't see the other side. Oh my God, this is crazy. Well, you gotta go now. You can't stop here. Go. Do it. Do it. Accelerator tap. One tap. We obviously can't pull out into traffic. Wow, holy crap. Okay, well, I did intervene. I did give it an accelerator tap. It was a little too scared to keep going there, but wow. I would say that was still incredibly impressive. Again, I didn't see if there were messages on the screen. I was not looking at the screen, but that may be one where, again, remote driver checks in, says, yo, I see you're stuck. Go ahead and proceed. I can see enough or whatever. Interesting scenarios here. So you can definitely still get it stuck. I mean, I just watched a video the other day of a Waymo stuck. And it was not even a hard situation. It just stopped moving. It simply stopped moving. That's all there was to it. So I can't imagine this system or any is ever gonna not get stuck like at any point. But like that situation, I think it was fair that it was stuck. It was pretty tough, but still, I think that was handled beautifully. So that guy's obstructing that lane. We move around him. Very smart, did it preemptively. Great to see stuff like that. That stop sign up there used to confuse FSD. It'd always try to stop at it, and it's not our stop sign, so cool to see that. I mean, that was a long time ago, but nice to see that again. All right, approaching our final destination here. I'm kind of tempted to just leave it in and see what the car does. I don't think there's any parking here. Let's see if it'll just like park in the road, or maybe it could try to parallel park here. Or up here. Oh yeah, it's gonna parallel park us right here. Holy moly. Look at this stuff, dude. Look at this. No friggin' way, dude. Wow. And this is a parking spot. It is in a parking spot right now. Check that out. Good distance from the curb. It's actually not in the road or anything. Wow, beautiful to see that. Parks us at our end destination. Friggin' awesome. So thoughts overall, I mean, geez, man, it's just good. It's just good. We can still challenge it. I can still find scenarios that are really, really difficult and make it kind of hesitate or whatever a little bit, but we went 3.7 miles this drive with 1 accelerator pedal press. And to be fair, if I did not mess with the route, it wouldn't have been in that situation. So I put it in an extra difficult situation, and then it needed the accelerator pedal tap. Not an excuse, it still did need that, but it's just worth pointing out that it wasn't gonna choose that route. So it probably almost guaranteed would have made it all the way there with no interventions. And you know, no safety interventions. I mean, you can't sit in the middle of the road like that where I intervened, but it's not like we were about to collide with someone or someone was gonna crash into us. It was all very low speed stuff. So beautiful, beautiful job seeing FSD do all this cool stuff. So hope you enjoyed this one. I'm regretting not taking my roof cam off while we were parked in that parking spot, but I guess I'll grab that next time. What are you waiting for here? There you go. They gave me a wave, and FSD's like, oh, okay, good, let me go. All right, hope you enjoyed this one. You will see me and FSD in the next video.
So Autopilot and I are happily driving along. So Autopilot and I are happily driving along. So Autopilot and I are happily